What's going on, everyone? It's GBall, and I have a new EDC knife here to unbox for you, coming in from Ketuo. This is going to be a newer release in their more premium catalog. You always get a nice unboxing experience, COA card, microfiber cloth, and stickers. Now, if this is your first time stopping by, welcome to GBall Vision. Feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what your carry is looking like today. So this knife here is called the Slashley, and I feel like it's going to get taken from me. I think the missus is going to like this one in particular. These are going to retail for $200, and at the time you're seeing this video, they are available. There's at least 4 different versions on the initial release. The entire handle is going to be titanium, full length, beautiful backspacer, and a matching milled tie clip. That is going to be a right hand carry only. And then we have a nice row of jimping here up the spine a little bit there before the harpoon. Cutout and front flipper for the deployment. Let's check this detent. A little bit of milling there on the back side and the show side. Nice and clean looking. Ooh, that detent and that flipper is really nice. How about the cutout? Oh yeah, very nice action on this fella right here. Even has a fairly tight close. I'm unlocking it there. Little hesitation, and then a nice controlled close there on the back half. So once this gets broken in, that is going to be really nice. Knives that need a little bit of break-in, I think they tend to be a little bit better in the action department, but it's all going to depend on the preference. Now for the steel choice, we are looking at M390. This has a beautiful hand satin finish to it. Really nice looking blade here. Love that harpoon drop point, and I like how the harpoon area is up closer to the tip. It has it certainly has a little bit different characteristic to it. Let's get a look at the size of this. Good size, not too big though. That's what she said. Going to come in right there at 7 and 9/16 overall. We had 3 and 3/16 inches of cutting edge, and we'll give it 3 and 3/8 of total blade. We'll grab a couple of comparison knives here. We got the Spyderco Para 3 up top and the PM2 on the bottom. And it's more in line with something like the Para 3, but it is a little bit bigger. How about 2 of the brothers to the Slashley? We have the Woody up top, which is a more budget-ended knife. They're like 55 bucks. And then we have the premium Akimbo here on the bottom with its crazy lines. I love it. I like futuristic designs. I like different designs, period. And that's one reason why I'm a huge fan of Ketuo. I try to stay, pretty impartial, but there are certain companies that I just can't help but like what they do. And Ketuo is one of the few. I just really appreciate the fact that they're willing to do a lot of different stuff. Now, a lot of it is oriented to collectors, but over the last 1.5 or 2 years, I think they have really started to spread that out a little bit. So they have user knives, they have budget knives, and they still have their collector series knives as well. They're really starting to get a nice wide array of knives in their catalog. Grab the 50 ways baked in GBall Vision Hank here, and we'll get a look at this pocket clip. Does have a little off angle to a tip there, so that'll help get this over the seam of your pants, and it looked like it had plenty of clearance underneath there. You'll have maybe 3/16 of an inch or so poking out of the pocket. Looks nice and clean. Really good job on their pocket clips. They are one of the few companies who doesn't consider the pocket clip to be an afterthought. They are constantly doing different pocket clips, and that's another thing I really appreciate. You know, they're not doing all these crazy designs and then just throwing the same pocket clip on it repetitively, and they are starting to switch up the steels that they're using. They're just doing a lot of good and a lot of cool things over there at Reich and Ketuo. We're going to get the arch nemesis off the shelf here and give this a weight check. Now, I like to play a little game here on the channel with the new knives that come in. I always invite you to play along. You put your guess down in the comments. You can go ounces or grams, whichever you prefer. Even if you already have a comment down there, go ahead and put your guess. And if you're enjoying this video, you like knives and gear, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. That way you never miss another GBall Vision video. I'm going to give this a go. And I've been very on point here recently. Let's see if that streak continues. I'm going to say, and I mean a really good streak, like 3 in a row of either dead nuts nailing it or just 0.1 off. So pretty good little streak here after a very sloppy streak. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to say 3-3 feels pretty good. 3-4. 3-4. Lock it in. Oh! Oh, baby. And that's why it's the arch nemesis. I rarely ever win. 94 grams. Actually, there is no winning. That's why it's the arch nemesis. The best I can ever do is tie, really. But 3.3, I would say that was a pretty solid guess. The action, the reverse flick on this is beautiful. The people who like a reverse flick, this is going to be buttery smooth for you. You can easily thumb flick it out with a little bit of finesse. You can easily thumb flick it out. And then that front flipper, nice design. It's got a good height to it, good distance from the pivot, excellent jimping, and then tie that in with a solid detent. Yeah, that is really nice. We'll get the calipers out here and we'll get a couple of measurements on this handle and blade. We'll start off with the handle thickness, 0.47 and 12 millimeters. Roll over here to the blade stock thickness, 2.9 millimeters and 115 thousandths. Reverse flick it out there left-handed. And we'll try to get a good hold on this feller. We want to be as fair as possible. And that's coming in there like 21, 22 thousandths in that particular spot with that particular hold. So fairly thin. Let's see how it cuts out of the box. One thing that Ketuo and Reich have been absolutely killing over the last year and a half, not only their designs and attention to detail, is the edges out of the box. From my experiences, they have been insanely good. Let's see if this knife continues that trend, but I mean just beautifully sharp. They're not just good looking knives, they're also great tools in my experience. You know, like I said, a lot of them over the last couple of years have been more collection oriented, but they still make a great user and they continue to get better and better every single month. And this new batch of knives is going to continue that trend. It's nice to see them staying kind of in that middle price point. There's not a ton of knives that are released around the 175 to 225 mark. You know, there's more now than there ever has been, but there's still not a ton of knives that come out in that price point. So it's nice to see more additions being added to that. And this continues to smooth out and get even better in the action department. We'll grab the off-grid driver here and get a look at the hardware situation. We have a non-tooled custom pivot on the show side that looks really good. And then we have 2 body screws here And those are going to be, yeah, those are T8. Nice. Excellent. And then T8 on the pocket clip and T8 on the pivot. Excellent, excellent stuff right there. T8s as a baseline. That is your daily reminder to check all the hardware on your user knives. Make sure the body screws, pocket clip screw, pivot screw, make sure all that stuff is tightened up. You don't want to find yourself without a screw or two. And it does happen. If people are honest and you've been carrying a knife long enough, that has probably happened to you. It's actually happened to me a couple of times over the years where I didn't really check stuff, and then I find, oh, I'm missing one of the two pocket clip screws, or a body screw fell out, stuff like that. I mean, it does happen, but, try to stay conscious of that type of thing. Let's get a look here at that lockup. Looks about 30% or so. Perfectly centered up, which is exactly what we want. Nice strong detent. Reverse flick, thumb flick is beautiful. Front flipper, excellent. Really nice blade shape. It's got a unique aesthetic to it, but it's merely a drop point in a sense. This is, yeah, I like this quite a bit. Still pokey, but very low, so you can get a lot of utility type work done. Let's go ahead and introduce the Slashley to the spine whacker. Yeah, I think Mrs. GBall is probably going to take this knife from me. I have called her this in the past. There's actually lots of stuff that can rhyme with Ashley, but the Slashley is pretty sweet. So let's go ahead and we'll introduce both of them together here. No up and down or side to side movement. We'll start off with a light tap out towards the tip. We're not doing this to see if you can hammer a nail into a tree with the spine of your blade. We're just doing this to make sure we have a good lockup. That puts a lot of stress on that lock, believe it or not, out there towards the tip. And this one sounds very good. Ketuo and Reich is not a company that we have issues from. And I have checked out a ton of their knives. They do a good job when it comes to their QC. Let's go ahead, close it, and check it one more time. Give it a nice double tap there. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and give it one more. There we go. Got to get at least a good shot in on it. Sounds good. Feels good. We'll run it through a couple of checks. You know the drill, though. Let me know what you think of the Slashley down in the comments. If you don't think anything of the knife, let me know what you are carrying in your pockets today. Spare, no detail. Let me know the flashlight, the pry bar, the pen, everything that you got with you today. I always look forward to hearing from you. I will have links to this knife and Ketuo's new releases down in the description. Do me a solid and hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more dope knife and EDC content on the daily, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and ring that bell. That way you never miss another GBall Vision video. I'll have a couple of my newest videos popping up on your screen that you haven't seen yet. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.